In this video, we will create the posts for the end of this fence section, and we'll start by creating some controls for this. Now, I didn't pre-put them in because there's only 3 that we need, so we'll be pretty quick. Let's start by adding in a folder. And there's a little fix up I need to do on this folder as well. So I'm going to switch this over to tabs and move this hide to hide tab. And I also want to put that in this new folder as well. And this folder is going to be our post controls. This hide when is just basically going to hide these controls from the user when custom modules is turned on, because these affect the non-custom module. So in here we need a float vector 2. We also need a float. And we need a ramp float. So this is going to be our size. And I'm going to put in some defaults in here. 0.1 and 1. This is going to be our detail length, because we're going to add a little just a bit of detail on the end of the post, just to make it a bit more interesting. And this is going to control how long that is. And let's go 0.15. And this one we're also going to set a range. Let's do like 0.5. Give it a small minimum value. You can lock these. I tend not to, and just have the slider range, the sort of accepted range. And this is going to be the profile of our little detail at the end of our post. No, we can hit accept on that. And now we're going to add a box. And in this box, it's going to come up here and go to parameters. Let's test this is working. Yep. See, it hides those 2 tabs when that's turned on. So in this box, we need copy this parameter into these 2, now X and Z, and then we need to copy the Y into the Y. And I'm also just going to do plus 0.2, because in here when copy that, divided by 2, and then minus 0.2, just because that'll move it into the ground a little bit. So if it's on an uneven surface, it doesn't have to be on a perfectly flat surface. Okay. So we can just close that for now. It's going to add down a blast. And on the blast, select this up here. Just hit 4 to make sure you're in face mode, and select this one on the very top. And get rid of that. So over here we need a line. And let's come over here and just this value here and goes to this. Okay, and then we also need to detail length into there. And then just to fix this, let's just check as this is. Actually, what we need to do in here is copy this parameter and have it like that. There, that's better, because we want this line to be sitting perfectly on top. Do a resample of this line. And we'll probably need to make this a much smaller value. Let's add in an extra 0 in there. It's 0.01, and that should be good. Okay. So in this wrangle, to control our profile, we do basically almost exactly what we've done in a lot of these. So I'm just going to copy these two lines. This first one is perfect. We don't need to change anything in there. I'm just going to call this offset. And then this needs to be the post profile. And I'm going to add one more. Actually, no, we'll do that in a bit. So what we need to do in here is go at p.x equals offset p.z also equals offset. So you can see if we come up here and go to our parameters, and let's make a nicer profile for this. Select them both, change it to B-spline. This first point wants to be up here, and you can see it's really far away, and we will fix this. I'm just going to start by making a bit more of a nicer profile for this. Something like that. And what we're going to do is come in here and times this profile by this value here. So we need to do channel lookup level. We just called it. You can mouse over here. Post size X is what we need. So it's not quite lining up. So because it's starting in the middle, we actually need to move it half that amount. So we can just divide that by 2. Okay, now that that's done, you just need to do a revolve. And change this divisions to 4 to match our post. And also going to add a reverse because you can see the normals are inside out. Let's name these. And we can just merge this together. And the last thing we need to do on here to connect these is just a fuse, which will connect points that are within this snap distance. And now you can easily modify the look of this by just manipulating this curve. This is reliant on the sort of look of this, having this at the very top, this point, and this point at the very end, because it will break if you do this or this. And you could build as like a safety into your tool if you wanted to. It's not super necessary. Basically all you would do would be to do a sort of set in here if it's if 0.0, this offset equals 1, if point till the final point, which will be is 0.15, but this might change, set it to 0. We're not going to worry about that. Just going to keep it simple. And then let's give this a quick UV. The UV flatten. And I'm simply going to click this edge up here, hold Shift and A, select the full loop, and then select something around the bottom. Hit 5 to check it. Yep, that's all right. Might almost pay to add a cut here as well, just to help this side unwrap a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. Put an net box over this. And this is our post. Cool. In the next video, we will make the beams for the back here and also connect all of this stuff together.